Well, hello everyone. Welcome to 1111 True Crime. Mama D in the house. I hope you're well. I missed you. Have a lot to talk about. Deep dive into the Jay Slater case. And oh my golly, we have an alternate theory narrative to talk about. So over in our Mama D and family, we have open family discussions about cases, and we were on Jay Slater yesterday. And someone came on and they dropped something in our lap, and we were all like, whoa, like everybody. And there was over 1,000 of us. Now it's got like over 1,500 people. And the comments are like, holy crap, right? So we have a bigger audience on this channel. And so I wanted to share what this person, they just put the comment out there, right? The concept. And so this is all theory, speculation, and not necessarily my opinion, but somebody else's opinion that I did the research on to see if their theory, and it's not my theory, but their theory, is possible, plausible, could it have happened? And when it all came out that it's actually something that could take place, okay, I was like, well, all right, we're gonna share it. And it's got my mind going, what? It's like an oh my god moment, like OMG. But before we get into that, I'm going to approach this very cautiously. I'm just going to say this. When there's another channel that you think is on the same team as you promote that channel by inviting your guests, your family to go look at their channel and support them. How dare they come back and copyright strike you when you were on a non-monetized members live and you gave their channel a shout out and shared some of their content. But they did that. And so YouTube contacted me and gave me a copy strike, which you can only have 3, period, 3. And I thought this person, I was supporting their channel. But now I'm not going to, because now I'm going to take it as a blessing, right? I'm going to take it as a blessing. I've never had anything like that happen to my channel before. I'm going to take it as a blessing to see the snake in the grass. I can't say the channel name because, again, you know, that could get me in trouble. So the way I'm going to work it is this. I just personally got a lesson in trusting AI channels that don't show their face, that are absolutely fiction and claim to be fact. Because when they took the action they took, YouTube emailed me all about them because they're the one that made the claim. And so now that I know that they're personally attacking my channel, just want you to know, Duncan, don't trust them. It was really interesting. It was like the universe was telling me, because it caused me go to school. So it's required if you get a copy strike that YouTube wants you to learn the right way and tells you you have to go to school. And so you have to go to YouTube school, which I just completed. And through the entire YouTube school, they referred to Lumpy. Yeah, see, Lumpy was the key. And learning about copyright strikes. And I'm like, oh, okay. So the universe kind of told me that this person is Lumpy. So it's not about apologizing to me. I should have known better, because my gut, the very first thing this person contacted me in an email, tried to use Duncan to get into my good graces by saying, hey, I work behind the scenes with Duncan, blah, blah, blah. And I blew him off. And I was like, I don't trust anybody. I'm sorry. Happy you work for Duncan, but I'm not interested. So I just kind of like was whatever. But then I found out that Duncan did say that this person works behind the scenes with Duncan. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I started trusting this person, giving them shout out on my channel. They'd come visit my channel. I'd give them a shout out. I was always nice to them. But for them to attack our channel that way, rather than just emailing me and say, hey, don't promote my channel, don't talk about my channel, don't share my content, to go underhandedly the way they did, shows me that my gut instinct was right all along and that they are lumpy, luggy, whatever. I've also noticed that they're doing the same thing that Angels of Poop was doing, which is go watch my video and then go counteract whatever my topic is on Jay Slater with their own video. And you'll see the pattern all the way through. So the change to our channel is that we no longer have TC Radio for members. So members, you will still get the same content, but we will be changing the audio so that we are no longer promoting anyone's channel, unfortunately, because at any given time, if they were to say, nope, I don't want you to promote my channel, I could get a strike. So we'll figure it out. No big deal, no upset. In fact, it was as if the universe was like, here, this confirmed who this person is that you suspected was luggy from day one. And I'm like, okay. So I want you to be really, really aware how dangerous that is for someone to come out and say that everything they say is factual and show not one mother frickin' receipt in any of their videos. Nope. They show AI. They never share their name. They never share their face. They are hiding. Why do you have to hide if what you're presenting is factual? Why can't you provide receipts if you're so factual? No. You're the worst kind. You're the kind that comes in behind creators and pretends to be friends and sends them information to work on that takes them completely in the direction you don't want them to go. However, this timed exactly with when I was suggesting that Jay wasn't in Masca. And that's the video that this person chose to copyright. And so with that being said, we're going full blown ahead with the Jay Slater video now. And I just want you to be aware that that individual is not out for justice for Jay. They are actually attacking formidably creators that are working for justice. And that's not a friend. A friend isn't going to attack you in the back. Never. Not a friend. And if you're not my friend, then you're an enemy. So, yeah, to give a false sense of security. To act like, was Jay in, Masca? Let's look into this. And then give us a whole bunch of AI shit with your opinion. And at the end, oh yeah, there's your facts. At least hide in plain, at least don't hide, but be in plain sight if you're going to make claims. Put your face to it, right? Don't use AI. So, now we know the truth about that. Had to get that off my chest. So, they will no longer ever be mentioned in my channel as per their wishes. There will be no promoting of them. And I love you, Duncan, but be careful. That person will stab you in the back like that. That way. Like no problem. Dude, nobody's on his team. He's alone. So, yeah, this person does AI videos, and it's complete AI to the full notch. And they're all about fiction, not facts. You get me? You follow me? Okay, now let's start the video. Well, live. We're going to start our music over. We're going to start the whole mood over because we have something very serious to discuss in the Jay Slater case. Now, all of this is an opinion. Just an opinion, speculation. However, is it possible they're right? Let's get started. So, welcome to 1111 True Crime. Just needed to get that out there so everybody had an idea of what is going on. Exactly. That person's trying to shut me up. It ain't gonna happen. Jay Slater. I put a poll out there today asking if you believe the witness that made the claim that Jay was whisked away from the club on Sunday night. Well, they didn't say, yeah, they did. They said Sunday night because the Airbnb was the day before, right? Let's listen to that real quick. I put the poll out there. Do you believe him? Right? Does he seem credible to you? And I'll read the poll and what answers are available. We only have 91 votes right now, so I'm not giving you the answers yet. Somebody please remind me of the poll. All right. And I put DP. Okay. Do you believe the witness who claimed Jay was whisked away outside? It's at the top of my computer. Whisked away outside the club after being stuck. You feel me? Stuck, right? With a cactus, basically. Okay. A, yes, he seemed very credible, would be a choice. We have A, B, or C. B, no, he was never heard from again. Or C, not sure, but could be true. Okay, so those are your choices. Now, I want you to listen. I know you've heard 1,000 times, but what he's telling you is, no, Jay died right there, that moment, not tomorrow, not down the road, not held on a boat, but DOA, like right on the stoop. He was stuck and he is dead right there. So there would be no more Jay after that. And that could explain, number one, no footage from that point forward. None. Nowhere. No CCTV, no eyewitnesses in a tourist community. No one saw Jay. Oh, you could say Ophelia or Ahab, but they're up to their head in this case, right? So screw that. But no one. Nobody has photograph and says, this is Jay, and it checks out. Nothing. It's as if the boy quit existing after Papagayos. So, let's listen. I have it muted. Welcome to live. We'll start it over. Let me back it up.
Snapchat done. There's nothing to prove it. The day he went missing, he got killed off.
Okay.
The day he went, and the day he was killed.
You can tell Laura now.
Let's listen to that one more time.
Got killed off.
Whoops, I didn't go back far enough, you guys. Hold on.
To prove it. The day he went missing, he got killed off.
It's the day he went, and the day he was killed.
You can tell Laura now, because I said to her, you...
So, there we go. Zaxxon, thank you for the 20 memberships. Let me get you pinned on the board before we continue. Where are you, lovely? And welcome back. Good to see you, Zaxxon. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. Thank you, beautiful Starlights. Welcome to all 20 of our new Starlights. And you guys, we will figure out next Sunday. We're still going to be building, and we will figure out whatever our sound content is and go from there. So we'll figure it out. So I just want to welcome all the new Starlights. Thank you. Anita Powell, thank you, lovely, for the snooper chat of $1.99. Thank you. Hats off to you. And I was just looking to see if there was something on there. Okay, there's a lot to cover here. Let's get into this theory. Are you ready? Hey, Madeline's Post. Good to see you. All right. So this theory is that Jay, okay, I'm taking that person's theory a little bit, backing it up a little bit further. So at this point, let's go with that. Let's say that the reason that there's no evidence of Jay existing after Papagayos that we are aware of, the best of my knowledge, I don't know of any, is because Jay was dropped right there, no more, and thrown over the shoulder of somebody and whisked away. And that he was DEAD at that moment. Okay? Let's get into the website here. I want to show you this. So, we've all been under the No, I won't even tell you that. I'm just going to get on to this. Remember this? This is the body, the tragic discovery of the body of the unidentified young man, and it says young man. So for those of you that are actually trolls that say, I've seen it, it's a really old man. No, it's not. The news itself reported it in a tragic discovery of an unidentified young man was found floating in the Rabia River, Morocco's Kinefram, I don't even know how to say these words, region. The investigation of the circumstance is ongoing. Where'd it go? As the community remains hopeful for answers and closing regarding the identity of the young man and the events that led to his untimely demise. And then you can see, if you read these comments, that they're all like, okay, we've got a boy that was reported missing yesterday, right? June 17th. Because this body was found the day after Jay went missing. And so could a boat have went from Tenerife to Morocco in 50 hours? And there's not enough time in there. But that's not what this person's theory was. So let's look at their theory, because it takes the time to a whole new level. So even though many articles took up on this and talked about this tragedy of the second day trying to identify the body, nothing ever came of it. We never heard. It just came out on media, if you will, that it was some, crazy person, mentally deranged, mentally ill person that just wound up in the river. But there's been no receipts of that. That sounds like bullcrap to me. All right, let's look at this. So this person brought up that they felt that the body in Morocco could be Jay, and that the body had been whisked away or whatever, put into a boat, taken out just a little ways to sea, and you see how the Maraba goes out to sea, or it could just be a boat there at Los Cristianos, doesn't matter. They boat them out just a little way to the ocean, and these are called seaplanes. And they are an amphibious aircraft, which are types of planes designed to land on water. They're designed to land on water, also known as sea. Seaplanes can be further categorized into float planes and flying boats, with float planes having floats attached to their fuselage, and flying boats have a boat like a hull. Amphibious aircraft, a type of seaplane, have retractable wheels, allowing them to land on both land and water. So let's look at these. You see these? They're on the ocean. Look at that. So if Jay was whisked away, now this is going to blow your mind when you figured this part out at the end. So just stay tuned. This is only the first part. So, seaplane, right? Anybody got a pilot's license? Okay, let's look at this. So the distance, if you flew it, not took a boat, but flew from one of these little seaplanes, is 1,101 kilometers. 1,101 kilometers, right? Now it would be further, just a tiny bit, maybe another 100 kilometers, because the body was a little bit further in, but not far. Okay, so let's look at this. Are you seeing that? Let me show that to you. Right here. Right? And you can see the straight line. Right here. So, that's the distance. And I wanted to know if a body were, let's say a skydiver jumps from an airplane and the chute don't open, what happens? So I went over here to aviation, okay? What happens if a parachute does not open while skydiving? Because I wanted to understand what happens to the body, okay? And this is what it says right here. The unfortunate skydiver will almost certainly die, but there's definitely a body, and it'll probably be in one piece. That's what I need to know right there. It would probably still be in one piece. Because I thought to myself, you know, would, hold on, let me get this little thing shrunk down so I can see you. I thought, okay, so this person's suggesting that they grabbed Jay from Tenerife and they flew, and they were Moroccan, and that they flew over Morocco, and they're saying, in their opinion, it's possible that this seaplane dropped Jay in midair. And guess what? It's a day after Jay goes missing. So then I was like, that's so strange. Let me see what this is. No. Mama D Okay. in the house. I hope you're Let me well. stop that. I missed you. Okay. So those little planes, those seaplanes, they can fly 1,600 kilometers. So they can make the distance. They can go up to 1,600. We're talking about a little over 1,100. So they could have made the distance. That's the other thing I checked. So I thought it was interesting that Spanish authorities in Tenerife, and then you come down here, and it says final outcome. A body was, right here. Let me make it big again. It says, a body was later found and confirmed to be Jay Slater, with the cause of death being consistent from a fall from a considerable height. Well, this person that gave us this theory and shared their theory makes a very valid point. How would you know if Jay fell out of an airplane, which is a considerable fall, a fall from a considerable height out of a seaplane, or if he fell off a 600-foot cliff? You wouldn't. You feel me? So Jay's body having extreme damage could still be in one piece, just like the skydivers whose chutes unfortunately do not open. Why I personally will never go skydiving on my own choice. Never say never, but I'm gonna. And it's like, oh my God, so it brings in this whole idea that we no longer have to be concerned about time if it's a flight, because we're talking a couple hours. And takes me back to that guy that witnessed this, saying that Jay was taken out right there. And then I think about it, if he wasn't right, if Jay wasn't taken out right there, then where's the proof of life after that moment? Where's the CCTV footage from any shop, any cab, any car, any person, any tourist, any business person, anybody? We have an entire island full of people that no one saw this boy ever again. And it is almost as if he was whisked away and taken. Aw, Laura. Thank you, sweetheart. You say just because you are kind? Because you are. Kind, caring, thoughtful, and so loving. I love you. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Let me get you back on the board there. And we'll move this down. Thank you, Laura. That's so kind of you. Baban, they've gone to great lengths to cover this. Links to cover, mind-blowing. But I'm not saying the body fell into the water. There's so many chances that something in that area drugged Jay into the water, like animals, whatever, right? Let me look. What kind of Moroccan? We'll say gator. Just see if there is such. Okay. Is there alligators? You know what I'm saying? Like, just because the body was found on the edge of water doesn't mean he was dropped into the water. But even if the body had been dropped directly straight into that river, let me tell you something. My brother-in-law dived off of too high of a jump into a river. He broke his neck instantly. He lived, believe it or not. He floated in the water while we got the ambulance. He got the neck thing, and he still has issues 25 years later with his back, right? But he broke his neck instantly. So even if you drop this body from a helicopter or from the seaplane, you would still have a crushing blow. But skydivers, their chutes don't open. They're still in one piece. You feel me? I do too, Laura. I think the scenario is plausible. Hey, Laura Oaks, good to see you. There are no crocodiles in Tenerife. Thank you. I did not know that. Crocodiles. Okay, let's look up Morocco crocodile. How do I spell it? Crocodile? Okay. Yeah. No, yeah. Are there they have since gone extinct in Morocco's countryside. No. Okay, so the crocodile's out because it says right here, while the crocodiles were originally abundant in Morocco's wild, they have since gone extinct with Morocco's countryside. However, wild populations can be found in Mauritania and Chad, but not in those areas. Are there crocs in Morocco? They've vanished since 1950. So, no, I doubt that happened. But Jay could have been dropped out of that seaplane and he landed in the water and got washed up, and then they found him the next day. Right, it says that the crocs and such are extinct. Could make sense. Katrina Evans, I think they kept him and then dropped him into the sea. That's why the Coast Guard gave off the tip. It could be that way too. I just had to share this to you because when I go through this and I look at this scenario, right? Hold on. Let's get this back up. When I look at this scenario, and this is the day after Jay, it's a young man, I promise you. And I will not share what the close-ups, but this is a very young man. He has what appears to be a British Jay Slater type haircut. His hair is very dark, and he is a pale boy. Of course, this individual has passed away, so pale is not unexpected. But they are not decayed in a horrible fashion that I can see on their face. Pinky Pup says the body shape looked very much, yes, this individual is tall and slender, is a young man, definitely, promise you, has almost black hair, if not black, like Jay, very short haircut, like Jay, and the face, I can't see that good. I got one little glimpse of it. I can't deny that it is possible to match Jay. Right, Katrina? It looks like Jay a little bit. Yes. You can't see it that good. It's just so weird. So also, on another channel, they brought up today a message about how Rachel Hargreaves is claiming that it was not her post. Let me get this off the scene for a minute. It wasn't her post that stated of the sad news that Jay had been found and that there was evil in the world, and that it had, the locals are saying that it was Morocco's, that Rachel's saying that isn't her post. But then that channel is also saying that if you click on that information and that is that post, it goes directly to Rachel. Right? We also, I'm just saying. Hello, Gabby. The strange thing is why Spain wanted the body. Boom! It definitely is consistent with a fall from big height, right? If you're dropped out of an airplane without a chute, it is consistent with a massive fall. Thank you, Pinky Pup. The wording, okay, let's get chat pinned again. The wording on the press releases said the locals were scared and it wasn't like an innocent drowning implied. Correct. They were terrified. They wanted to know the identity. Like everybody was like, what? Laura says, remember to hit that like button, everyone, to show Mama D some love. We need extra love. Thanks you all. She works so hard and puts her heart and soul into this cases. I do. That's for sure. That's for sure. Oh, chat's stuck again. There we go. Viv says, water is like concrete when you fall from a height. And you know that's true. How many times as a kid did you hit the water the wrong way? And, oh, my golly. A boat would not have had the ability, in my humble opinion, to meet the timeline. A seaplane would have. However, a boat would have come in handy, right? To do that little J. Slater taxi out there to the sea boat, the seaplane. You're more likely, Pinky Pump says you're more likely to find a camel in Morocco. I think you mean than a crocodile. You guys are on it. Good to see you, Ocean Deep. We were so worried. I was going to email you, and then I saw where you had commented on Paradox painting video. So I was like, oh, Ocean Deep's back. Good. We didn't hear from you. I got to get my pillow. I sit on a pillow just because it's a lot better for my back. But anyway, I saw how you commented on our Paradox painting video. I'm like, oh, Dee's back and good. So good to see you, Ocean Deep. Hello, Jennifer Swain. Rach, not that Rach. Good to see you, Zoe. Good to see you all. Thank you all for modding so incredibly much. Thank you. Who was the witness? I don't know. The guy remained anonymous, but he was never heard from again. Rowan Pipe says, look at Cactus Travel. They offer skydiving. Take off from Tenerife south. The person who owns many petrol stations will surely supply the aviation fuel to the airports. He will have contacts, in my opinion. Thank you, Rowan, for your opinion. I appreciate that. Maggie, the Spains ended up with the body, right? Am I wrong, you guys? Didn't the Spain... Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, just in case I am. But as far as my knowledge, the Spains ended up with that Morocco body. Am I wrong? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I'm looking to see. Yes, Zoe said Spain. Yes. Mama D, hi, Matt. No, I am correct. Thank you. Hello, baby. Katrina Evans, I'm right. The Spain's got the Moroccan body. That is a young man that is showing up in the water the day after Jay Slater goes missing. With the dark hair, he's tall, he's thin. He's got a British-looking haircut. What? Holy shite. This person that came up with this theory that shared it on Mama D and family, I'm just saying, has had my mind going all night. I was like doing dishes going, oh my God. And another thought would pop in. Wow. Let me get caught up on chat. Oh my gosh. My chat froze. Oh, very suspicious then, Maggie says. Yes, yes, yes. Madrid clean body and shut all info down. Let's Jeans, where are you? Let me get chat. I can't find you, Les Jeans. Where are you? Put it again and I'll post it. Thank you, Hello G baby. Otherwise, why would Spain be interested? Oh my God. Very suspicious, right? Spot on, Mama D. Thank you, Madeline. Could this be why SOS guy was arrested? Oh my God. You get a gold star. Holy shite. Wow. Roseanne Pipe says Cactus also offers submarine trips. You need not a license to operate these. Another theory, but timeline doesn't work, in my opinion. Okay. Thank you, hon. What's Gail saying? Everybody's agreeing with Gail. I love knowing what somebody's saying, so. Can't keep up. Chat is flying. Hey, Zozo. I think many of us had the young Caucasian male found in Morocco at the back of our minds. I know I have. Well, now I'm like, what? That's when the person yesterday in Mama D's family was like consistent with a fall from great heights could mean seaplane. And I'm like, oh my God, you're so right. Oh my God, you're so right. So, like I said, I'm not the one that thought of the seaplane. I'm just sharing what the other person was saying. It stunned all of us in chat. There was like, I think there was 900 of us at the time, close to 1,000 at that time. And it like, all of us were like, whoa, we got to talk about this. We need more time on this. This is something worth looking into. Marie Smith, check this out. Let me go back to when the body was found. Let's show you this. Let me show you that. When was the body found? Take chat down. Let's see, get the website up. Here you go. I'll let you see for yourself. It's the day after Jay was reported missing. Right here. Let me highlight it. June 18th, 2024. The day after Jay was reported missing. No red cells, hon. The body couldn't have been over by boat and then driven to the Morocco area because you don't have time. We have 24 hours. That would have had to be in like this little seaplane, right? Joy Wing, good point, good point. So yeah, that was the day before. It was the day before. It was the day before. Jay went missing, was reported missing in Masca. Bet you Jay never went to Masca at all. In my opinion, it's very likely this is why we have no eyewitness, no random tourist, no one out of all the people on Tenerife. No one ever says they saw Jay after Papagayo. Nobody. No camera, no tourist, no business person. We've got no pictures. We got no proof of life ever outside that club. Maggie says, I think you cracked it. I didn't crack it. That person did. Like I said, let's walk this one more time because somebody's going to be like, have some issue, and I want to head it off. Here's what I got. So if we look at this, it happened on June 18th, right? Let me highlight it again. June 18th. Comes from Morocco. Let me see if I can make this large enough for you to see more. Watch the guy. Now, like I said, I'm not going to take it any further than this while I'm live. But they don't have the blur on that in the beginning. It's a smaller blur. And then the next time when they put it on here, the blur is bigger. So I saw originally you could see the forehead and the nose. And I was like, oh my God. So this is June, right? June 18th, the day after Jay's reported missing. They talk about the discovery of the body sparks, I'm right here on this, the discovery of the body sparked shock and fear among the residents of the area who were eagerly awaiting the results of the investigations carried out by the Royal Gendarmerie to determine the identity of the victim and the circumstances of his death, right? Yet we never get to hear about it. So then this person's talking about a seaplane. So this is what they look like. Let me get back up here. This is what they look like right here, right? Right here. Can I drop it up there? There you go. That's what they look like. Seaplane. Then when we look at this, the distance, okay, let's see what a little seaplane, let me check this out. Seaplane distance flying at once. Okay, that was the thing I wanted to find out. So large seaplanes, which I don't think this was, but you can also get them anywhere from, so this one can fly 5,900 kilometers. But it varies. It completely varies. So most of them can't do that. That's a really large one. And if you look here, it's 1,600 is the maximum range that these little seaplanes can fly. 1,600 km. And then if you look over here, yeah. So 1,600 miles this little seaplane could fly. If you look it up, the distance between Tenerife and Morocco, which it draws a line almost directly to where the body was found, is 1,101, which is 500 km shorter distance. It could have went another 500 miles. So it could have went from here to wherever. Yeah. And like I said, this says right here, the unfortunate skydiver will almost certainly die, meaning if they don't have their parachute, but there'll definitely be a body, and it will probably be in one piece. So they can't be like, oh, the body would be in a million pieces. Nope. Skydiving accidents, they hit the ground, and they usually look like, one leg back that way and one this way. I looked it up, and it's terrifying. Right, electric paramedic, you could fly longer if you knew where to fuel up. Well, in any boat, whether it's a Maraba or whatever, it could have been any boat. It could have been a naughty boy. It could have been a good girl. It could have been anything. They could have made that little hike, right, out to the little seaplane and then take off, and in an hour, no parachute, consistent with a height, fall from a severe height. Okay, I'm going to Google that to see. And I wouldn't believe it anyway. I believe it's a cover-up. So if it did say that they refused to allow Spain to look at the body, then, okay, so how will I look that up? Morocco refused to allow Spain to see body. June 224. Okay, let's look that up. You're wrong. You are totally wrong. What it says is, in June 2022, international reports say that Morocco refused to allow Spain to view the bodies of individuals who died attempting to cross a border at Melilla. Yeah. It talks about refusing them. Dozens die. Yeah. No, that has nothing to do. No, there could be something out there, but it's not coming up on mine. Okay, here's what you're talking about. It says, and this was June, and let me make it bigger for you. This is what you're talking about. It says, Morocco, Spain, deliberate cover-up of migrant carnage at Melilla border continues. At least 76 people still missing, 22 unidentified bodies still at the morgue in Morocco. Mounting evidence of crimes under international law by both Spanish and Moroccan governments at the Melilla border. 1 year on, the conclusion that we are facing a deliberate and concerted cover-up is becoming harder to avoid. That's something. Nope. So, that's what I got for you today, y'all. There is no updates. Zoe has been looking. I have been looking. Others have been looking. I've had a little group out there. We scouted. There is no update that any of us can find about the unidentified body that was found in that river the day after Jay goes missing. It's a young man with a British haircut, black hair, tall, skinny. That's crazy, Nina. So, there you go, my lovelies. Poll! Thank you, Laura. Good job. It's time to read the poll. 154 votes. We're ready for this. Okay, get your vote in because we're going to close the poll, right? I'll grab a drink, give you time to get your vote in. ABC. Do, or DP, because I can't type. Do you believe the witness who claimed Jay was whisked away outside the club after being stuck? A. Yes, he seemed credible. Oh, I'm reading answers this time. Hold on. So our least favorite answer is B. No, he was never heard from again. So our least favorite answer is that you don't believe him. Our second least favorite answer is not sure, but could be true at 33%. So 15% were no. Least favorite answer was 15% B. Our second least favorite answer is C. Not sure, could be true at 33%. But well over majority at 52% comes in A that says, yes, he seems very credible. My gut is hardly ever wrong. And you know, if you've been following me for a hot minute, how many times I've talked about that witness. Because something in my gut, he was too natural. He was not a clout chaser. He was getting nothing out of it. And he disappeared after saying he had a video. I don't even know if the man is safe. And it would fit right along with the proof I mean, it would fit right along with the lack of proof of life after Papagayos. It would absolutely go along with that. If Jay was whisked away from that club, taken by boat, put on a plane, and dropped, it would all fit. It would all fit. So, it's up to you. This is all speculation and theory. I hope I have brought enough information to you that you felt it was worthy to stick around for the whole live. And we'll be back. The poll is correct in your opinion, Danielle Candy? I think that they had, like, what are you going to tell Jay's parents if it's your fault? If you are in this horrible scam of money laundering, what are you going to tell Jay's parents when the bad guys took Jay away? Right? You're going to have to make up some cover story. All right, I love you guys. I appreciate you very, very much. Remember, be careful who you trust, right? There are some snakes in the grass that are trying to pretend they're friendly, but stabbing all of us creators that are working so hard to try to understand what really happened to Jay. They're stabbing us in the back and smiling while they do it. I hope you don't support people that can't be real, that aren't real. They're just AI, right? Spamming a lot of fictitious stuff, never saying it's their opinion, but rather claiming it's fact without presenting a receipt. That's a shame. But you know what? My members just grew by another 20, and we'll find other content and we won't promote that person's channel. Well, I don't even know if they're a person. I won't call them that. I think I'm going to call them a slug. I love you guys. With that, we're going to get ready, and I will see you guys probably tomorrow over on Mama D's, where we're going to hash this out. Like, you guys are going to come at me, because over there, it's all about what you think. Over here, it's more me sharing what people have told me, what I've learned, what I've researched, what I think, what I feel. It's all about me over here. I don't want that. Well, it's really about the victim, but it's me sharing. Over on Mama D's family, you share. I love you to the moon and back. See you again soon, my